Awesome. Okay, so today I'm going to walk you through what Service Canada does, and we'll look at some of the programs and services that we offer. I'll tell you a bit about the social insurance number, the job bank website, support for post-secondary students, employment insurance, and finally, how to contact Service Canada. So first, what is Service Canada? Service Canada was created to improve the delivery of government services and programs to Canadians by making access to them faster, easier, and more convenient. You can access information on programs and services via internet, call centers, by visiting one of our 600 in-person points of service, or send us any required documents by mail. Oops, sorry, I skipped the page there. So we deal with programs and services like social insurance numbers, employment insurance, Canada Pension Plan, old age security, and passports. You can find tons of information on those programs and much more on our website. There are a number of tools available online to help people search job listings, create resumes, and choose careers. So let's talk a little bit about the social insurance number, or SIN as it's commonly referred. A social insurance number is a 9-digit number that is required in order to work in Canada or to have access to most government programs and benefits. If you have not yet obtained a SIN, you can get one by applying online or in person at one of our offices. An agent will verify your documents, determine if the eligibility requirements have been met, and proceed with issuing a social insurance number. A primary identity document, such as a birth certificate, is required to apply for a SIN, obtain confirmation of your SIN, so like a reprint if you already have one, or amend your SIN record, for instance, if you change your name. That document, it proves your identity and status in Canada, and you will need the original. Depending on your particular situation, other documents may be needed, so make sure you read the instructions, and if you're not sure, please contact Service Canada and we can let you know what you need. If you're applying in person, you should get your SIN immediately. And if you're applying online, you'll receive a letter with your SIN by mail within 20 business days from the date the application is received. To apply online for your SIN, just go to canada.ca and simply type in SIN in the search bar located on the top right-hand corner of the home page. The first search result that you see, that'll take you right to the online application. And here on the screen, this is what that application looks like. After you type in your information, you will be required to upload scans or photos of the required documents. It's very important to protect your SIN. Now, there are only a handful of organizations that will ever need your SIN. So employers need your SIN once you get hired. Don't bother putting your SIN on job applications. They don't need it until it's time to pay you. Let's see, the government, both Canadian government and Saskatchewan government, they require it as well. And that's because you got to pay taxes, and it also entitles you to access benefits from them. Colleges and universities require it, as well as banks and credit unions too. Often when you go to, say, get a cell phone plan or sign up to get internet service or cable and satellite service, they'll ask for your SIN in order to do a credit check on you. And although it's not against the law for them to ask for your SIN, you do not have to provide it. They can find out credit information they need with other information that's less sensitive than your SIN. Because if someone gets a hold of your SIN and knows a little bit more about you, say your parents' names, your date of birth, that sort of thing, they could go try to do things like get a credit card in your name and not ever pay for it, leaving you holding the bag trying to sort that out. The Job Bank is a website that connects you with jobs, helps employers find new workers quickly, and so much more. You can search for jobs in your community or get emails when new jobs are available. Tell Job Bank about your education and skills and get matched to jobs. Job Bank even lets employers send you a message inviting you to apply to their job. It can also help you learn about what jobs are in demand today and in the future. You can see what education and skills employers are asking for. You can search current Canadian jobs, subscribe to email alerts, refer to labor market trends, and find other resources. Job Bank has also designed a mobile app. The app has a walkthrough feature that is displayed when you first download and launch the app. It allows you to search available job listings, filter the data, and save these searches and filters for future use. The app is available for download on the Apple App Store or Google Play. Job Alerts is a free email service that notifies you of new job postings up to twice a day. You can modify your job search filters or unsubscribe at any time from within the emails you receive. So now we'll talk a little bit about apprenticeships. I know we've been hearing about that a little bit, so I won't go into too much detail. The Red Seal program was established to provide greater mobility for skilled workers across Canada. Instead of getting certified for your trade separately in each and every province that you may ever live in, once you're certified for a Red Seal trade, you can work in any province without having to be tested again. So what are the Red Seal trades? We usually think of things like welder, carpenter, mechanic, heavy equipment operator, those sort of things. But as we've already heard today, there are other trades that you might not necessarily think of, like baker, cook, hairstylist, painter. Now, there are 3 types of grants. So keep in mind, whenever we're talking about grants, we're talking about free money. So free money that's associated directly with apprenticeships. There is the Apprenticeship Incentive Grant that is available twice in between years of study for a total of $2,000. Then there is the Special Apprenticeship Incentive Grant for women to encourage more women to enter into certain Red Seal programs. That grant is also available twice for a total of $6,000. Finally, there's the Apprenticeship Completion Grant of $2,000, which is available upon successfully completing apprenticeship training. So there's a lot of free money available there. Also, if you qualify for employment insurance, you can be paid EI while you're in school learning that trade. The Canada Apprentice Loan is available to help registered Red Seal apprentices cover the cost of their training. Loans will be interest-free for up to 6 years with confirmation of being registered in a Red Seal trade apprenticeship program. Loan payments do not have to be made as long as the loan is in interest-free status. Now, if you're planning on going to university or college, you may want to look into student loans and grants from the federal government. In order to receive funding through the Canada Student Loans and Grants program, you also have to apply for a provincial student loan. Once the provincial loan is approved, you're automatically considered for both Canada Student Loans and Grants. And while loans have to be repaid, remember, grants do not. So regardless of whether you join the workforce, go to apprenticeship training, or look into college or university, at some point you may find yourself looking for employment insurance. To be eligible to receive EI benefits, workers must have contributed to the program by paying premiums in the past year. So those premiums, they're relatively small deductions on your regular paycheck. You also need to have worked enough what they call insurable hours in the last 52 weeks. So those are hours with employers who have taken off deductions for EI. Now, right now, due to temporary changes in place because of COVID-19, and they're in place until the end of September 2021, there is a one-time credit of insurable hours given to applicants. So right now, if you were applying for EI, you only need 120 hours of insurable employment in order to qualify. Also, due to these changes, if you qualify, you will get a minimum of $500 per week, and you will be covered for 50 weeks to be used over the course of the next 52 weeks. Service Canada takes COVID-19 seriously, so we're asking people to avoid visiting Service Canada centers if at all possible. So we've set up a couple alternative modes of getting assistance from us. If a visit to the office is necessary, an appointment can be booked through either of these services. First, there is the online service request form. You simply complete it by giving your name and phone number, as well as a short description of your question or concern. If you're looking to book an appointment at a Service Canada office, just check off the box requesting an appointment. Once the request is submitted, a Service Canada representative will contact the individual within 2 business days at whatever phone number has been listed. Secondly, Service Canada has set up the Outreach Support Center, a toll-free number where members of vulnerable populations, such as people in remote locations, Indigenous people, racialized people, those unable to access the internet, can receive virtually the same service as visiting a Service Canada center. By calling 1-877-631-2657, you can speak to a citizen services officer. These are the same people you see in our offices. Our staff have the ability to complete applications for EI and pensions over the phone. We can check the status of your claim or payment, and if necessary, our staff can escalate concerns to the processing department of the program in question for further action. This can be done all over the phone without you having to leave your home. And really, when I say that it's easy to call there, it is really easy. If you were to call right now to try to get through, I would guess it would probably be a minute wait in order to get through, and you would actually be speaking to a human being at that point. So thank you very much. And if there are any questions, I can answer those. Oops. Stop sharing. There we go. Oh, so I see the question, how old does a child need to be to get a SIN number? If your child is 12 years old or older, they can get a social insurance number themselves. And if they're younger, then it would just be a parent applying on behalf of a child. And yeah, unfortunately, no, Service Canada does not hire hire summer students, unfortunately. You're welcome. So yeah, I'm not sure, Raish, what's happening there. How old is your daughter? 3. Well, okay. I'm not sure what happened. I think that I think what happens now is there's a joint program, my understanding. I'm not positive about this. I'm not from Sask Health, but I believe with Vital Services Saskatchewan, when you register the birth of the child, I believe it also will work with Service Canada to get a social insurance number. So he may have a social insurance number, or she may have a social insurance number, and you might just not know about it or what it is. So you could just reapply or apply for a social insurance number, and if there's already one, they will just confirm it. They'll send you a letter with that social insurance number on it. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ron. It's Carrie